Hey guys, welcome to my very first YouTube video and welcome to my channel. With this channel, we're just going to be doing some cozy get ready with me's, makeup videos, stuff like that. Nothing too serious. This isn't going to be like any of the other YouTube videos or YouTube channels that you've seen. We're just going to take our time. We're going to have fun. So yeah, if you want to, grab your makeup and let's just get started. But first, let's take a drink. Let's de-stress from the day. I have my Diet Coke. Okay, let's get started with the video. So to start off with, I'm gonna start priming. I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I have the one with 4% niacinamide in it. It's just one I use. I used to use the other one, like the original one. But I just started working with this one. Have no reason why. I just did. So to start off, I'm going to take out the cap and then I'm gonna put 1.5 pumps on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to apply it where I get oily. This is really where I mostly apply it, which is around my nose. And then under my eyes onto my cheeks. And then I'll put a little bit on my forehead. If you see me looking up, I'm sitting at my vanity right now, so. And then with the remainder of the product, I'm just going to apply it to the rest of my face. Because although this helps me with my oiliness, I am applying it where I just really want the makeup to stay as well. Okay, primer's on. So after letting that primer sit onto my face for a little bit, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal True Match with the 1% hyaluronic acid. And then I'm going to take a little bit, and then I'm going to put it on top of my palette. My dropper's broken. This one. Which sucks because I just bought it. Okay, so once it's on my palette, I am going to take... Where's my brush? Right here. This is an old brush. If you guys have been a Morphe lover for a long time, this is the Morphe Y6. It's so old that the printing on it has rubbed off, but I love this brush. I use it every day. So I'm just going to take my brush, dab it into, I'm going to make sure it's evenly coated. And then where I like to start is around my under eyes. So just like that. And then I work it onto my nose. Now this foundation is a skin tint, but you can really build it up to a full coverage. If you really wanted to, if you want to take it back to 2016, which you'll realize in this video, I really do my makeup like I'm from 2016, which is really when I started learning how to do makeup. Once I feel like it's like blended all around here, I'm going to start applying it to my forehead. I have a birthmark right here, so I like to try to cover that up a little bit. And bring it over to the other side of the face. And then we're going to blend this down the neck a little bit. And then once I like do the swiping motion a little bit, I'll go in and I like to tighten the brush a little bit and then I'll dab. I'll stipple around my nose. That's where I really notice where I start to break up, is like in my nose lines. Sorry the quality probably isn't the best, but I'm working on my iPad right now because I don't have any of those fancy cameras, which, like I said before, this isn't going to be like any of the other YouTube channels where they have the best quality, the greatest lighting, stuff like that. No. We are going to be a real YouTube channel with real people, because I know for sure I am not rich enough to go get like a $600 camera or something like that. No, not here. Okay, so once I feel like that's good enough blended, it's time for concealer. I'm gonna take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm gonna wind it up, and then so it's gonna be crazy. The way I apply my concealer is like 2016. So you're gonna start seeing the 2016 makeup come into my routine. So I am applying it right under my eyes, and I have dark circles. I'm a night shifter. I'm up all night, up awake most of the day. So I really need to hide those bags. And then once I apply it under my eye, I do a little bit on the top of my eyelid. I don't use eyeshadow primer. I don't. I use my concealer as my eyeshadow primer. I like that. And then I'm going to go down the nose, top lip, on my chin, and then just a little bit on my forehead. And then, again, we're going to take the same brush. It's going to be real easy for those of you who don't have 16 million different brushes. I'm going to take the same brush that I used to blend in my foundation. I'm going to start my chin, just like so. Once I feel like that's blended in, we're going to do the top of the lip, and we're going to do the bridge of the nose. See? And then we're going to do the forehead. I like doing my eyes last. That way, if you have creasy under eyes, they won't crease as the first thing. It'll give you more working room. And then, when I do my under eyes, I'm going to pinch my brush to where it's tighter. And then I am just going to start dabbing under my eyes. And then I'm going to blend out what's on my eyelid. Okay, now let's work on the other side. Like that. Alrighty. Alright, so once we have our foundation blended in with our concealer and everything, I am going to actually do a nose contour. And where's the product at? So what I use for my nose contour, which is basically the only thing that I use this product for, is the e.l.f. What's it called? The e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. So we're gonna unline that. I'm gonna take most of it off because this does kind of disperse a lot of product. So I am just going to go down the side of my nose just a little bit. Just like that. And then I am going to take this little, like, small, fluffy brush. I'm gonna go in with this. I can't tell you what brush this is. I got this a long time ago for Christmas. And the way I like to do it is just start blending that in. I'm like going down the bridge of my nose, and then I like taking it up to my brow. That way it's all just seamless. I'm gonna do the other side as well. Just take it up. And you see how I'm starting to get like that shadow, that nose contour. I have an Asian nose, so I need to contour my nose. And what I'm gonna do a little bit more on this side. I'm really gonna blend it in. This product you have to work fast because it'll start drying on you, and then it'll be harder to blend out. As you can see, it's a little rough around here because it started to dry. That's okay. And then you see, now I have my nose contour on. So let's take a break. Everyone take a chill pill. Let's take a drink. There. Once we're refreshed, we're gonna go in with, I like to take a loose setting powder. This one is from Wet n Wild. It's their SpongeBob collection. So I'm just gonna tip it upside down, smack the bottom of it, and then I'm going to, see, we have all that powder right there. Now I'm gonna take a powder puff. This is from the Wet n Wild SpongeBob collection as well. I am going to pinch it like this, dip it into the product, and then I am just going to set my under eyes with it. And then I'm going to take it on top of my eyelid. I get oily eyelids, so I'm kind of going to use this as like a bake, because I want that product to stay on my eyelids. And then we're going to do the same to the other eye. Okay, so once we have the under eye set and the eyelids set, you don't have to set your eyelids if you don't have oily eyelids. I just do because I do. I'm going to take a whole powder puff, dip it into that loose powder, tap off the excess if you want to, and then we are just going to smack the out of our face, okay? We're just going to go. Go back in with some more, then do the other side. And we're going to do our forehead. And then you see, just like that. And then we're done. Now, while that is sitting on my face, I have oily skin, so I like to bake. If you have dry skin, or if you have normal skin, you don't need to bake and do all the necessary stuff. Go ahead, just wipe it off. But while I let it sit on my face, I'm gonna start my eyebrows. I take the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. Looks like this, super inexpensive. And then I'm gonna take, actually, I'm gonna take a little handheld mirror. I'm gonna hold it down here, that way you guys can see. And I'm gonna take the spoolie side. I'm going to brush that hair down. And then I like to start at the base of my brow right here. And I just follow my natural brow. And I like to extend the tail just a little bit. Then I go above it. Like that. And then, so you can see it's starting to look a little bit messy. That is completely fine. We will go in later with concealer and clean it up. But I'm just gonna work on my other brow, and then we'll go back in and clean everything up. So once my brows are on, you can see that they're looking a little blocky. If you like that look, great. I personally do not, so I'm going to go in with whatever's left over from the L'Oreal foundation or skin tint. I'm gonna take a little brush like this. What does it say? This is the cream shadow brush from Younique. I'm gonna take what's left over on here, and then we're just gonna clean it up. Oh, it's looking a little better. Still looking a little blocky, but honestly, who cares? Like, really? This is real life, people. If you have two different eyebrows, oh well. Okay, and then I'm going to take my brow pencil again. I'm just going to fill in a little bit to where it looks just a little bit better. And I'm just gonna call it a day with my brows. Honestly, like, who cares if your brows are identical? Not me. I'm thinking today that I'm just gonna do a basic little eyeshadow look, nothing crazy. So I'm going to this is pretty much the eyeshadow look I do every single day. Or when I just want to put on some makeup. I'm gonna take the One Size Patrick Star palette. And then I'm going to take my fluffy brush. This is by Morphe and Ariel. And then I am going to dip into Soft Serve right here. I'm going to tap off the excess. Now, if I'm looking straight at you, I have hooded eyelids. So I'm going to have to create a whole new eyelid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go above my crease, and I'm just going to take circular motions, windshield wiper circular motions, blend it into my nose contour, and then I am just going to blend it out. And you see how it's starting to create the wing shape? That's what I like. I'm going to take some more, tap off the excess, pull back the hair a little bit. And we're just going to go in. And you see, yes, it's looking a little harsh. I know. But it'll be fine. We'll blend it out. It'll be okay. And then I'm going to work on the other eye. Again, I'm going above my crease. Go above your crease if you have hooded eyes. And just start working that color into your crease, or the new crease that you're creating. Okay, and once you feel like you have that product laid down, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the same palette, and then I'm going to go into the shade Mango. And then I'm just going to go above that crease color and place the Mango shade and help blending it out. And see, now it's not just brown, it's a lighter shade, then it blends into the brown. Do the same to the other eye. Going above that color, blending out any of the harsh edges. Okay, so now we're gonna deepen up the crease a little bit. I am going to take a smaller, fluffier brush. I'm gonna take this shader brush. It's from the Morphe Ariel collection. And I am just going to dip into, actually, and then I'm just going to dip into Booked. And then I'm gonna dip into a little bit of brownie. And then I am going to place it on my outer corner, just right around here. And then I'm going to blend that up into my new crease to create more of a dimension. And you see, now I just need to start blending this part out. Some people like to take their second crease shade, their darker crease shade, all the way in. I personally don't. I like to keep it focused more on my outer corner. You see? And then if you need to, or if you feel like you want to, we're gonna go back with that fluffy brush that we used for the crease. And then I'm gonna dip into Mango. And then I am just going to start blending that out a little bit more. Now it's really starting to come together. This is the point where you just need to take it slowly, don't rush it, hold your brush correctly. If you want to blend it, hold it at the end of your brush and just hold it loosely and just let it do its thing. The brush will do the work for you. Now we're going to do the same to the other side. I'm going to take, again, Booked, a little bit of brownie, and put it on the outer V. And then I'm gonna go back in with that fluffy brush, dip into Mango, and then we're just going to blend that out. And you see, now we have that shape, that wing shape that's pulling our face up a little bit. Okay. All right. And so once we have that blended out, if you want to leave your eyes like this, that is completely fine. You go right on ahead. I am just going to add a little bit of shimmer. So I like to apply the shimmer shades with my finger. It's quick, it's easy. I'm going to take the shade Walnut Strut, take my index finger, see has that pigment, and then just apply it to your eye. Just like that. You really can't see with this camera, but it's there. Now that we have our eyes done, I am going to apply some black liner on top of my eyes, or like on my lash line. What I like to do is I'll go in with the same palette, and then I'll take a smudger brush like this, and then I'll go in with black. I'll take Turban Legend from the palette, and then I'm gonna close my eye and just apply it onto my lash line. That way it helps the lashes blend in to my natural lashes. If you want, you can take a liquid liner. I just find this to be easier. You see, you can just slap it on. And now we're going to do the same to the other side. And you see, it's on. It doesn't have to be neat, it doesn't have to be perfect. The lashes are going to hide it anyways. After that, for me, I'm going to apply the lashes. I don't wear mascara. I have tiny baby lashes, so there's really no point in me putting on mascara. So I'm just gonna put on some lashes. These lashes are really, really inexpensive. I got these at Dollar Tree. You can go to Dollar Tree, pick you up some lashes for $1.25, or maybe it's $1.50 now. I don't know. I guess it just depends on where you live. But you can pick you up a couple pairs of these. I reuse my lashes. I don't care. Y'all can yell at me in the comments if you want. I reuse my lashes because these are so good. And I'll wash them sometimes too and then reuse them. If you don't want to go ahead and spend a lot of money on lashes, just pick you one pair, and then just as long as you treat them good, wash them, keep up maintenance with them, they're good. So I'm going to take some lash tweezers like this. I'm going to apply them, grip them like that, see where they're holding, and then I'm going to take my lash glue. I use the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, like that, and then just apply them to the strip. And then give it a few seconds to dry. Blow on them if you want to. I blow on my lashes. These are my personal lashes. I don't use these on clients. Just like that. And then I'm going to take a mirror. And then I like to look down. And then we're just going to apply. Close to the lash line as possible. Do some adjusting if you need to. And then boom, your lashes are on. Okay, our lashes are on. So now we have our lashes on, I'm going to take a foundation powder. And this is the One Size Turn Up the Base powder. I'm going to take a powder brush. This is from the Wet n Wild and SpongeBob collection. Tap off the excess, and I am just going to wipe off that bake. I'm applying the foundation powder more around the base of my face, not my under eyes, because I want to keep my under eyes as bright as possible. And then once I feel like I have most of the product off of my brush, I'm going to then go under my eyes and just wipe it off. Wipe off that bake. I'm going to apply to the forehead. And once all that bake is off, I'm going to go in with my bronzer. I'm going to take the Morphe Glamour Bronze. I think that's what this is called. It's old. I used to use it to mix my foundations on it, as you can see. So I'm just going to take this brush. This is the e.l.f. Cream and Powder brush. That's the double-ended one. And I'm just going to dip it into my bronzer. And I'm going to start just bronzing up my face. I really don't contour. I just bronze. just to add some warmth to my face. You see? Doesn't have to be perfect, it's bronzer. Just put it on your face and go. And then apply some on my forehead. Just like that. And then if you feel like you need to like blend it a little bit more, you can go in with that same brush from earlier that we used for the foundation powder and just dab over it. Okay, so once I feel like it's blended out enough, I'll go with the blush. It's blush time. I like to use a variety of different blushes. The one I'm thinking about going in with right now is just this one. It's from SheGlam. It's the Harry Potter collab. This is the Happy Birthday Harry blush. It's a cute shade. I don't know if you can see it. And then I'll go in with my blush brush. This is the SpongeBob Wet n Wild collection. And I'll just swirl it around, tap off the excess, and then I like to apply it more at the higher ups on my cheeks, right around here. Blended it in with the bronzer. Just like that. Do the same on the other side. And then our blush is on. Now for highlighter, I have a variety of different highlighters. I have this one from Wet n Wild. It's the Hello Kitty. Sorry, it's the Hello Kitty collection. I normally use the middle shade. I think I'm gonna do something a little different because I use that one all the time. I'm gonna go in with the Jouer. This is called the Jouer powder highlighter in the shade Skinny Dip. And then take any brush you want. What I usually use is like this old Wet n Wild blush brush. And I'm just going to dip in to the product, tap off the excess, and just glide it onto my face. I'm just going to do the same to the other side, tap off the excess. And just do it like that. And then your blush is on, or your highlighter is on. So once you have your base products on, like your bronzer, blush, highlighter, stuff like that, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna spray my face with the setting spray. This is the one I use most of the time. It's the AOA Studios setting spray, locking your makeup. It's super inexpensive on Shop Miss A. Then just spray your face with it. Just like that. And then you can take a fan and just let that setting spray soak into your skin. Let's get rid of that powderiness. And so once that's done and set into your skin, I'm going to go back in with my eyeshadow, and then I'm going to take the same shades that I put on my outer corner. So I'm going to take Booked and then Brownie, and then I'm going to run this along my lower lash line. So it's going to go something like this. You see? Just like that. That way everything is all cohesive. You see? Just like that. And then we're done. If you want, you can apply mascara on your lower lashes. I never do that. Like, ever. Because I have baby lashes and I mostly just get the mascara on my lower lash line and then it just looks a mess. So I always skip that step. So now it's about time for lips. I am going to take my NYX Professional lip pencil in the shade Espresso. It's a nice chocolate brown shade. And I'm just gonna outline my lips. Super easy. And then once I outline my top lip, I like blending that liner in. So I'll take it lower to help blend it. And then now we're just going to do my lower lip. Just like that. Okay, once your lip liner is on, you can apply lipstick. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with a gloss or lip oil. This is by e.l.f. It's their lip oil. It's in the shade Rose Envy. And then I'm just gonna apply it. Alright, and once your lip products are on, I'm gonna go in with my setting spray just one more time. Take my fan again. And then now the look is complete. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, this is my very first YouTube video and I hope you guys enjoy it. Please like, comment, let me know if you want to see more of these. Let me know if you want to see a specific tutorial. You guys could also tell me about your day. Everyone is welcome to comment in the chat. Let's create a community together where we're all just peaceful and relaxed and just not stressed. Let's just have a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.